When you mentioned The Secret, so we are reminded of the movie The Secret,
yes,
where you were a teacher, and somehow you fit into the role of a teacher, right? The way you instruct, mm-hmm. the way you deliver. So does it become naturally? You have been a teacher previously?
I started out my career as a high school teacher, mm-hmm. teaching all black inner city kids in Chicago, and that really teaches you a lot about being effective, because if you're not, you lose control.
True, true.
And so I became more interested in how can I motivate these kids, because they weren't motivated. I was a history teacher, and I wasn't that interested in history. I was more interested in, I was interested in history, but after a while I realized I was more interested in how can I teach them to believe they could achieve. And I pulled it off. And I met a man named W. Clement Stone. He was worth $600 million. Mm-hmm. He taught me that success was not a dirty word, because I was kind of in that 1960s countercultural, hippie. I wasn't a hippie, but that that mentality of business is bad and all that. And I realized it's not. And so I learned from him how to be successful. He asked me he said, I want you to set a goal that's so big that if you achieve it, you'll know it's only because of what I taught you. So here I was a teacher making $8,000 a year. Mm-hmm. And in the next year, using his principles, I made $92,000. Wow. So I said, this stuff works.
That works, yeah.
So I'm going to teach it to other people. So I started, now they wanted me to teach other teachers how to be more successful. And then one day, this one teacher said, my husband's company needs what you do. You should go work at teach them. And I said, I'd never worked in a company. I was 29. Huh. And they said, they're just big kids in suits. Now go over and work with them. And I did, and they loved it. And I started getting hired by all these companies to come in, like Federal Express and Microsoft and so forth. And so that kind of shifted me into that direction. And so it's been a great journey of just following my heart, applying the principles that we can talk about more if you want, that are in my book.
Certainly, yes.
And basically, I always say the principles work if you always work the principles. And,
right.
and
they don't work for themselves, right?
Exactly. I was lucky to have a mentor called W. Clement Stone, mm-hmm. and I'm now teaching what I learned from him, plus millions of things since then, like NLP and certainly. Emotional freedom technique, mm-hmm. and all that stuff that didn't exist
exactly.
when he was around. But yeah, I love being a teacher. Wow. I love empowering people. I believe that everybody has the capacity to achieve amazing things in life. Not only just financially, but great relationships, great health, social change in the world, so the world works better for everybody. And the principles work. I have literally over 1 million students that I've trained in, since I started. I'm 70, so I've been doing this since I was 22. Wow. And I've watched people become, one of my students a couple years ago ran for the presidency of Ireland, came in second out of 9 people. Wow. He's a super successful businessman. He is part of the Shark Tank show that they have over there. I've had my students become entrepreneurs, generals in the military, Olympic athletes. So I love empowering people to make their dreams come true.